Good morning, dear my students. I'm glad to see you. Welcome to this my lecture 4. Lecture 4 Teams Human and Computer Interaction. Lecture plan Human Computer Interaction. Fundamentals of Human Computer Interaction, User Interface and its types, Workplace Ergonomics. Fundamentals of Human Computer Interaction. Human Computer Interaction HKI is a relatively new science, new science that includes study, planning, and development of interaction between people, users, and computers. The interaction between users and the computers occurs at the user interface level, which includes hardware and software. Human computer interface HKI, the means of communication between a human user and a computer system, referring is in particular to the use of input-output devices with supporting software. Devices of increasing sophistication are becoming available to mediate the human-computer interaction. These include graphics devices, touch-sensitive devices, and voice input devices. They have to be configured in a way that will facilitate an efficient and desirable interaction between a person and the computer. They are active and passive interaction elements. Uh, passive interaction elements is an element of a user interface through which the user has no direct access to the system or software resources, i.e., cannot manage or modify its resources directly immediately. Passive interaction elements includes information, message, prompts, etc. An active interaction element is an element of a user interface through which the user has direct access to the system and software resources, which has the ability to directly control and change them. Active interaction elements include system configuration and program management tools, file system commands, etc. User interface and its types. A user interface is the method by which the user and the computer exchange information and instructions. There are three main types: command line, menu driven, and graphical user interface. Command line interface. A command line interface allows the user to interact with the computer by typing in commands. In the early days of personal computer (PCs), user a command line interface. An example of a command-driven interface in MS-DOS is MS-DOS command to display a file on C. Next would be dir C. Menu-driven interface. Simple menu. Select an option. First, start in MS-DOS mode. Second, start Windows. Third, run system check for shutdown and log off. The user is offered a simple menu from which to choose an option. One menu often leads to a fuzzy menu. Part of the screen may have an instruction loaded by a numbered list of options to choose from. Menu driven interface. A full screen menu. A full screen menu takes up the entire screen. Menu driven interface. Menu bar. A menu bar is a set of options at the top of the screen. When an option is chosen, a drop down menu may be offered. Graphical user interface. Graphical user interface sometimes shortened to graphical user interface GUI. The user chooses an option usually by pointing a mouse at an icon representing that option. Windows XP, Windows Vista, Apple OS X, and Ubuntu all have a graphical user interface. The future natural user interface. Workplace ergonomics. Ergonomics, erga, work plus name law, is a scientific discipline which studies the complex human functional capabilities in labor and domestic for high life and work efficiency. As the objective of ergonomics are conditions and special ways for preparation for them. A human keeps sitting on average for about uh, 80 80,000 hours in this life. Prolonged sitting leads to pains in the spine, legs, and headaches. The headaches. Here is the statistics of complaints caused by long improper sit headache. 15%, 14, 14%. Pain in the neck and the shoulder blades, 24%. Pain in the spine, 57, 57%. Problems in the coccyx, 60%. 16%. Pain in the uh, nights, 19%. Pain in the knees and the feet, 29%. Introduction. Interacting with technology has become an essential part of everyday life for the majority of people. The average user of a computer system is no less likely to understand the technology. Since there are different types of technology they have to use. People are fussy and may spend little or no time actually learning a new system. Therefore, computer system should be easy to use, easy to learn, and with no errors. To design and develop of such a system is a major concern of architects. HKI. What is HKI? HKI, human computer interaction, is a, is a study of interaction between people, users, and computers. Interaction between users and computer occurs at the user interface. The golden principle in HKI is that people should come first. HKI consists of three parts. Human could be an individual user or a group of users. Computer could be any toy technology ranging from the general desktop computer to a large scale computer system interaction, any direct or direct communication between a human and computer. Areas an example of application number one using the functions of naturally intuitive interaction in video games. Plain interact with the three-dimensional world and other players use of voice or gestures of manipulate the games. Areas and example of application number two, recognition of five fingers, uh, caption, capture simulators, simulation system of any three-dimensional virtual objects, moving and objects. Iron Man. Areas and example of application number three, recognition of hand movement and gestures can be interpreted and using by a computer to communicate. Areas can areas and example of application number four. Face detection and control points on the face will determine where area the eyes, nose, or mouse. There is recognition a function of a blink, smile, recognition of gender and age group. Conclusion. Realization of functions naturally intuitive interaction is an interactive application allow 1. To reflect the reality rather than creating a copy of reality. 2. Create robust applications. 3. Literally, not abstractly, reflect real-world objects. 4. Create intuitive applications. 5. Extended the functionality of interactive applications. 6. Personal identification and security system. 7. Recognition of three-dimensional objects of the real world and combining them with interactive content. With the development of voice processing technology, image and video, human-computer interaction has reached a new stage. In recent years, human-computer interaction has been extended, and the ultimate goal is that the relationship between humans and the machines uh, should be similar to the communication between man and man. A list of reference to explore. Thanks for your attention.